Hajime Mashite. Nice to see you. Hey guys, in this video I will be going through steps on how you can learn Japanese by having fun, the fun way, and not through the books and teachers. Uh, because I've seen that not just in Japanese but in real life, you learn a lot by practically doing it, not just by books and stuff like we what we do in university. None of it applies it, and when we go to jobs we realize it's a whole different world. But I'm not discouraging those who want to learn through books and teachers. That's completely fine, and a fast way as well. The way I'm going to show you, it's slow and steady process, and you're meant to have fun with it while you're doing it. So here we go, guys. Before we start jumping into learning Japanese, I need you to understand that you first need to master the four skills of not just Japanese but any language you want to master. And these are the listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Uh, so I'll explain all of these in the next steps. Each step I do, it will contain any of these four skills you need to get a firm grip on. The first thing you need to do is to watch as many subtitled anime as possible. This will massively increase your listening skills, and I know it will make you a weeb, but don't listen to others, as there is always a positive side of doing something besides the negatives point. The positive side is that your Japanese will enhance to a enhanced to a massive extent. You will understand what they will say, and if you keep watching there will come a time when even if you turn the subtitle off, you will probably understand 50 to 60% of what they are saying. So that's what I first suggest to do. You need to at least learn the hiragana and katakana of Japanese. These are not so tough as you would imagine. The toughest part of Japanese, in my opinion, is the kanji. We'll get to that later. For now, you need to learn the hiragana and katakana, which will improve your reading and also your writing skills of Japanese, because I want you to write each of these hiragana and katakana, uh, each one line daily, and you need to memorize it, because when you write and memorize it daily, and you not only write it properly, but you can also read them, and it makes it so easy, because even because if you go somewhere where it's written Japanese, you can probably read a lot just by developing these skills of learning hiragana and katakana. Okay, guys, the next step is to learn the kanjis, or at least the basics of them. As you know, the kanji is the most one of the most difficult tasks of learning the kanji. I found the best way of learning kanji is to use the flashcard. Just get them. You can get them from any book online. Just print them, and it will look like these. The ones I have, the ones you can see in the video. So how do you memorize all of these kanjis? Even I didn't memorize all of them. I only memorized the basics one. Uh, Let me show you how I did it. We'll take this card as an example. So how do we know what this character actually means? On the back side of it, there are all of the hints and the meaning you need to know. For example, if I turn it back, sorry, if I turn it back, it's written here friend. How do we know that this character means friend? Well, if you see how this character is shown, you can see there is one character and one below. It means by one side, or you can even do it in a lewd way, it means a crotch. So by one side, it means by being one side to a friend. That is one way you can memorize it, but you can develop your own way as well. So above that, it's written how I write first character, how I write second character. Same is the case with all of the other flashcards I've written. If I take this one, you can see how I managed to write the whole difficult character by step by step. So I'll take this back. What does this mean below friend? If you remember the kanji and the if you remember the hiragana and katakana, you mean that this mean you. You must have heard Eugene. So that kanji is used in Eugene and Tomo. You probably heard of Tomodachi. So that was how you learned the kanji. Uh, and I know it's a very big and tiring process to learn all of it. I just advise you to learn only the basics and go to the next step. By learning the kanji, you are developing the skills of both reading and uh, writing, because you are writing on the back of your flashcard as well. Okay guys, next I'll show you how you can massively improve your listening and reading skills just by playing a visual novel. And by playing a visual novel only in Japanese, not in English, then you can massively improve your Japanese, because you already know the basics because you already know the basics, as I told you in my previous steps. You must complete them first before going to play the visual novel in Japanese. I'll play a rather easy visual novel, Nekopara, and show you what I mean by giving a demo. So here I go.
猫はイエス。猫パラ。マニラテレビ見て。ゾウさんだ。ゾウさんがいるよ。でかい。超でかい。鼻長い。わお。なんだね。サバンナすげえ。これは猫科の血が騒ぐぜ。サバンナすげえ。これは猫科の血が騒ぐぜ。
Now that you have seen the demo, the reason I recommended playing visual novel is that not only you enjoy the story, but just like in anime, you can read the subtitle. But this Nekopara, why Nekopara is so easy? Because it has both English and Japanese subtitle, like what's written down there. But the next visual novel, I want you to try only the Japanese. That way you can learn the Japanese properly. You can check your vocabulary. You can properly pronounce the Japanese and correctly read what's written there, and you can repeat it as much as you like until you know what kanji is used and what hiragana, katakana, etc. is used. So this is really a good way to not only enjoy but also learn Japanese as you play the visual novels. So when you think that you have a bit of proficiency in your language by the previous steps I've told you, then you need to get as many friends in Japanese as possible. If you can't have friends offline and locally, you can try to get as many friends online, not the ones I shown you in the video. It's just I'm just showing you that you need to make friends with Japanese and chat with them online, and speak with them with through voice chat or even video call. This will improve your confidence to a whole lot extent, and if you speak very well with them, they will praise, and I'm sure they will praise you as much as they did as they did to me when I spoke with them. One of the great ways to improve your writing and your reading skills is to exchange letters with a Japanese friend. As I already told you, I have tried to make a lot of friends, Japanese friends online, and one of the friends asked me if I wanted to exchange letters with her. I said, why not? I thought, why not? I gave it a go and it turned out really, really great. As you can see, I have collected all of these letters in a short span of time. Uh, postcard work also. Both of these you can give it a go if only the other person is agreeing to. I'll I'll take this one and I'll read it aloud for you. Ari konnichiwa. Mae no tegami de haru no sugoshi hou ni tsuite oshiete kurete arigato. Watashi no machi wa Rose Town to you Betsuna ga ari. Ima no kiseki wa totemo kirei nan desu yo. Tsugi wa natsu no sugoshi hou o kikitai desu. Postcard o okotte kuretara ureshii desu. Ja mata ne, Yuki. So this is a really nice way to really improve your reading skills. Unfortunately, I don't have my writing to show you guys because I already sent my letters to them. If you're more interested in my letters, I will show you one more. Let's take this one. So she would, it's a really nice thing to do. I would wait all month to receive the letter. She she used to send a lot of funny and interesting stuff. Here you can see she tried to draw a picture of me, which is totally different from what I look like. She used to send me very good information on Japanese culture and animation and stuff. Here. And obviously the letter is the main part. So that was how I improved my writing and reading skills. That's not this is not really necessary to do. It's just if it's just a good way if you want to improve your Japanese proficiency. So when you finally have firm grip of proficiency in Japanese, I suggest you take a test online and see how you do. I use this website japaneseclass.jp, but you can use any website which you think which might be better than this. I did not search as much, but I'll show you what how this website works. So I just press the login and I go to the practice, and I can also go to the lessons. By going to practice, you will be shown MCQs. You'll just have to select the correct one. So I select this, and so when you select wrong, it shows you that you selected wrong. And there are levels of how many of how difficult the Japanese can get. So this is a really nice way to test your skills. And then when you are and you very high skilled in this website as well, you can finally take the JLPT if you like and further continue your studies. uh, in the end, I would like to say that learning Japanese is not that hard if you are very consistent. Because if you give up shortly, if you give up quickly, then you're not going to get any better at Japanese. So consistency is very important. The next thing important is that you need to develop love for Japanese, the Japanese people, the Japanese culture. You need to love every bit of it, because only then you will be able to give confidence to yourself in order to further improve and master the language. And the next thing I want you to remember is that you need a burning desire and determination to get through, even if you are in a difficult situation. So I hope this clears that up, and I want you to thank you for sticking with me to the end, and please subscribe me if you like my videos.